Whoa! So just for the record, I did that on purpose.
Got dirty.
Okay. Thanks, babe. What's up, everyone? Today on Jesse Does It, we are working on the F250. What are we doing today? Glad you asked. We're gonna work on the brakes. We got the OBS Solution HydroBoost brake kit. So we're gonna get rid of the master booster, air booster, and install the HydroBoost brake kit from OBS Solutions. Let's take a look at that right now. Kit came with everything you see here. We've got some vacuum lines, new belt, Super Duty power steering pump, the most important part, the HydroBoost, idler and tensioner, hoses, some wiring for the electric vacuum pump, hardware, and plus some extra stuff there. They recommend running Valvoline Max Life ATF for the power steering pump. You will need a pulley puller and a fan clutch tool. So I've got those, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is what we're going to be replacing. Getting rid of the brake booster, installing the HydroBoost. We will have to move a few things to get out of the way. You do not have to disconnect the brake line, so that is really cool. The master cylinder stays the same way. Don't have to disconnect anything from there. We're just going to slide it off the brake booster, pull this out, put the HydroBoost in, and then we get to play with the fun stuff up in here. What's that doing in there? So step one was remove the air box. Now we're going to work on getting the brake booster out of the way. All right, so we'll just leave that loose there. We will have to go up under the steering wheel and disconnect the brake booster from the back side of the firing wall. And there's a vacuum line here. We'll get some pliers and disconnect that too. So to get that brake booster off the back side of the firewall, there's 3 bolts and a brake switch. You pull this pin, brake switch pops off. Actually, I'm lying. There's 4 bolts. So we'll go ahead and remove those now, and we'll be back. With the bolts all undone on the back side of the firewall, we can go ahead and remove the booster. Now you may be asking yourself, Jesse, how do you know how to do this? Well guys, I'm cheating. I'm following the directions listed on OBS Solutions website, as you can see here. Very detailed. Oh, scroll. Pictures, step by step, everything you need to know. And according to this, the next step is to thread these 2 fittings into the HydroBoost. Now the directions say which one goes where, but it's clear. There's one bigger, one smaller, one bigger, one smaller. So can't really mess that up. We're just going to go finger tight for now, and we will fully tighten later after install. The next step is to install the HydroBoost into the firewall. Now they supplied bolts instead of studs, so this will require 2 people. So in a minute here, my lovely wife will join me, and I'll have her hold this up in here for me. But for now, we'll just go ahead and mock this up in there. And right on cue, here she is. Come on, babe, come help. Have fun with me. YouTube wants to see you help. I'm gonna need you up here. Come here, come. Climb on the ladder. And your job is to make sure these 4 bolts don't come back out And after I get the nuts started, you're going to put the wrench on them. Actually, we're going to give you an actual wrench because I can't get this in there. And hold them straight while I tighten them, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't tell me I was going to be getting dirty.
Wasn't planning on it. That wasn't too bad, was it?
Is my job here done?
Huh?
Is my job here done?
Your job here is done. Was it terrible?
Got dirty.
Okay. Thanks, babe. All right, now that my lovely assistant has left, we have the HydroBoost mounted up to the firewall. We're gonna put the brake booster, master cylinder back to the HydroBoost. And we'll do that real quick. So while I'm sitting here wrenching on this, I just can't help but notice how beautiful. Look at that turbo. KC stage 1 0.84 housing. She is pretty. Okay, back to work. So what I'm doing now is just freeing up some room because we're gonna have to get into some tight spaces here soon. So we're gonna take off the fan shroud, I think. Maybe I should take the fan off first because that doesn't look like fun. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out as we go. All right, we got a visitor today. Patrick from Green Devil Garage just came over to help me out. So where we left off, I've now got the serpentine belt off. We are going to pull the power steering pulley off because we're swapping in that Super Duty power steering pump. I don't know if I'm going to get to deleting the manual air pump today or not. So first we're just going to go ahead and get the HydroBoost all installed and then see if we have time to do the electric manual swap on this. I want it to go because as you hear, it's making noise and it bothers me. And these are prone to fail and aftermarket ones suck. So I would love to do that swap, but that may be for another day. So let's get this pulley off and we'll come back then. All right, so we got the pulley off. I've got the lines disconnected to the power steering pump and two of the three bolts out. We're on the last bolt and then power steering pump will come right out here shortly. I think it's kind of cool that a Super Duty power steering pump is going to bolt right back into an OBS. That's a pretty cool little upgrade there. Hopefully give me some better power steering and it's going to feed more pressure to the HydroBoost, which is cool. So there's the old pump, which there was nothing wrong with it, but it is now time for it to go bye-bye. Now that the pump is out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and reach down and get this power steering line off right here, and I think we run the new power steering line up to the driver's side of the HydroBoost. I'm going to take advantage of having this big open area with the wind blowing like crazy and take this off right now. All right, so the lower hose is on finger tight right now. I will tighten that up. I've got it ran around and up to the driver's side of the HydroBoost. So now I will install the power steering pump and go from there. All right. So now the pump's in, it's time to press the pulley back on. Cool. So putting this pulley back on is no fun, let me tell you that. There's no room to get the tool in there. We had to take the fan off and move the shroud as far over as possible, which also meant I had to remove the intercooler piping. But if you pan down here, you can see what we're doing. We got the tool on, holding the shaft straight while pressing on the pulley. And we are close, but we got to line up the belts and the pulley. All the pulleys need to be perfectly lined, and this needs to go exactly where the old one came off at. So I think we're close. We'll pull off the tool and check here in a little bit. So we'll just measure by eye first, and then that's where we are now. No fun. So we've got the pulley on, and it is lined up to all the other pulleys. So now it's time to hook the high pressure line and then the low pressure return line, and then start bleeding the system. So we're making progress. All right, so everything's buttoned up and tightened. Next step is to install this fitting into the side of the power steering pump. So take the little cap out, put that in. Don't cross thread it. And pray it doesn't rain on us. Now install the shorter high pressure line that runs from the side of the power steering pump to the passenger side of the HydroBoost. Patrick, assistant, would you hand me the line, please?
Which line do we need? Oh, I'm listening.
The only other one left, I think. After that's in, let's put this under this and under that, around here and around there, and through there, and I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
This goes down, should we get able to get away from it?
Look at that. Look at that. It's like you're smart or something. It's like you own a shop and know how to do this stuff.
I'll just break a lot of things and figure it out.
So how does HydroBoost work? Do you know?
Nope, I work on old Harleys.
So in theory, what I understand of it is it uses pressure from the power steering pump. It robs the fluid and hydraulic pressure from that, and it uses that pressure to help you push the brake pedal down stronger when you're applying the brake. Instead of a vacuum boost, which is what was here before, used engine vacuum to help you push the brake pedal down. So this should be much stronger pressure behind it because it's hydraulic pressure instead of air pressure, vacuum pressure.
Makes sense.
And when I got 10,000 pounds strapped behind me, this thing does not want to stop.
No.
So I'm really hoping that that helps. Okay. Next step. Using the 3/8 hose included with the kit, install one end onto the nipple, I like nipple, of the HydroBoost and run it under the fuse box bracket to the nipple on top of the power steering pump reservoir. So that's why we swapped this pump out, because this pump has a nipple right here that the old power steering pump did not have. If we had kept the OBS power steering pump, we would have to put a T in the line here. So because we swapped pumps, we no longer need to run a T, less chance of leaking, and it's going to go straight to it. Reinstall serpentine belt, fan shrouds, fill power steering pump reservoir up, start the truck, turn wheel to lock the lock, pumping the brakes, best to have 2 people. Do not let the fluid get low. Okay. Who needs a belt diagram?
You've done it a few times, huh?
And that's why I want to get rid of the air pump. I feel like T-Rex with short arms right now.
Bicep flex in for the tensioner pulley. Tell Josh he needs a gym, bro.
Just bump it. Bump it. Let's check fluid. Give it a start and then shut it off. We're gonna add more fluid. Start it and then shut it. Oh! Something's not tight. All right, so the low return line, low pressure return line, I had clamped with this. We're gonna scrap that and put one of these on and hope for the best. I think something is backwards, but I follow the directions properly, so I don't know. So I am correct, that should not have happened, but I'm a dumbass and left the factory rubber grommet on the bottom of the nipple there and then put the hose up in there. So obviously there was nowhere for the pressure to go. It was trapped, and that caused that explosion. So I get to clean up all the ATF all over the inside of my truck cab and try again. Thanks. So just for the record, I did that on purpose, just so you know what not to do. Make sure you take these rubber caps off. Awesome. Let's try that again. Hey, did you pick strawberries?
Good?
Yep. Still got fluid, fire it up a little bit longer. Still got fluid, fire it up, let it run for a second. Going left to right. Hit the brake. There's full. I don't see leaks. Let's go for a drive. Put the intake on first. All right, test drive number 1. Pedal is very firm and stops very, very good. Let's try that again. That's pretty freaking good. And let's come to a stop. Yeah, brakes are far better. Well, that's it for today. We got the HydroBoost system installed, test drove it, it's working great, no leaks, everything's going perfectly. Power steering pump, awesome, no problems there. Here it is all final installed. Power steering pump down there, HydroBoost there, all the lines ran. Same master cylinder that you had before. And basically what it did for me, what I noticed difference-wise, was a big improvement on pedal feel. Now, it does stop harder, that's for sure, but I think it's because the pedal is being forced harder with less effort on my leg. So that is a big, huge difference for me. 30-year-old technology on this truck, being able to press the brake pedal and feel solid, stiff brakes, huge. So very happy with OBS Solutions kit. Love what it is and what it's done for my truck. Next time we will delete the air pump that's down there. And today just didn't get time to do it, ran out of time on that, so next time we'll do that. So stay tuned. As always, I am Jesse with Jesse Does It, and thanks for checking me out, guys. Thank you.